Hello. I see you. And you. I'm coming for you. I'm joking. Bye.
Aye.
Hang on.
Hi,
Otto. Hi, everybody.
Bye.
I hate you.
For what?
Just for making them feel again.
Yeah, we all love that film anyway. So anyway.
Giving your breakfast, yeah?
Why not?
Alright. I've no notes, as usual, completely unprepared.
We can share them.
Oh yeah. Hang on, wait, because
Cheating. Pens.
Peng is. Speak, yeah. Peng is good.
Oh, penis.
Penis is good. Can't say that.
Right, okay, yeah, that's right.
Anyway, yeah. Talk amongst yourself before we get
So, yeah,
Probably
usual
next.
weekly nonsense. Hello, I'm Doc, that's Jay in that tone.
Hey.
There's your
From
intros.
Lightning Strike. You might have heard of them.
Hey.
Yeah, this is basically our weekly what's being out, what's coming
Weekly
out.
bag of shite and
That too, yeah.
Bag of shit in a donut. That's what you should call it.
Well, we got the bag
The
of
bag of
shite.
shite in the
Don't know,
donut
it's
video,
like
yeah.
some of the shite I know. But someone said during the
That's
week,
lovely.
said I didn't get come into this during the week, so watching the videos is basically like getting to come in and hang out in the shop without having to come in.
Yeah, see,
It's
you
kind
get
of not
all
the
the joys
purpose
of our
yeah.
what would acerbic personalities without actually having to deal with our personal odors.
I've never been to Serbia. What are you talking about?
I thought you said. I thought I heard something else. I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm going to stop
Read
using
that.
big words now because obviously they're
Pen
too big.
is good.
There you go. Right. So that's Penfold.
Well,
Right. What came out this week that you enjoyed? You.
Well, it obviously wasn't fucking Dark Knight, that's for sure.
Which one?
Yeah, any of them. Moon Knight was tremendous this week. Really good again. Still enjoying the shit out of that. Deadpool, some stuff developing with himself and Cicla. That shit's gonna go sideways. And the Mercs for money.
Mm-hmm.
All
Which is
of
becoming a
that-
full series.
Yeah, I want to see how that's gonna pan out because the comic is getting pretty fucking, ropey.
Yeah.
I mean, like the comic's a good comic, but the cohesion of the team is ropey because if you've been following it, the lads are starting to get a bit browned off with the fact that they're not getting paid. They're supposed to be Mercs for
As
money.
anybody would.
They're not getting paid, and the whole point of being a Merc is to get paid, so they're a bit...
what does that make them then? Just kill us?
Pretty much, actually, yeah. They're basically
For
they're
free.
Not even, they're not even hired guns, they're just murderers.
Murders for
Yeah,
free.
they just go in and murder a lot of people and then don't get paid for it, so yeah. But yeah, it's really good. What else did I read that was awesome this week? Actually, Batman. Oh, sorry, Superman.
Yo.
Superman this week was phenomenal. Really enjoyed the
issue
absolute
1 of
shit.
the well after Rebirth. This is officially Superman issue 1, and
Batman, not so great.
yeah, Batman would have
Oh,
been.
Rocky. You know what Batman did for me?
It felt too much like a Superman story.
It
Whereas-
wasn't even that. It was
It
that
was not the whole... Yeah. Really?
kind of. What really did for me was that it's like Bruce and after that having like a minute. Oh, this is it. I'm gonna die. And I'm like, that's like.
Bit of a spoiler.
Say
If
it,
you
yeah.
haven't read any of the DC New 52 titles, just put your fingers in and go...
Batman
la, la, la,
doesn't
la,
die
for
in the
2 minutes.
first issue. This
He's
is
not
like
going to
Captain
die.
America
It's
style
just...
spoiler.
Yeah.
But the kind of build up that they're doing, like, so I was like, save that for further along the storyline.
Yeah.
That's
It,
too,
it
much
feels
too
like
soon.
it feels like about a 12 or fucking
It was forced.
20 odd issues in
Yeah.
kind of arc, not from the get go. It's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Whereas,
how do you, if you start so high, how do you fucking keep that pace in like?
yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
well, start high.
Something
Hey,
starting
yeah.
from the ground up is Superman, which is basically if you're following the Rebirth.
That's so good.
The original Superman from the pre-52 is now the Superman in the Rebirth universe.
Look, this is in preview,
This,
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
the first few pages, and you can see what they do here is it's like classic Superman in the shadows,
Yeah.
still in the shadows in the grey, and then what happens is
But
you get this classic what you've yearned for, the proper logo,
I like the way you're holding it up to your chest while you're doing it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm
No.
Superman.
Hashtag no filter.
and then when you flash through this montage of, and I thought
Yeah.
this was New 52 Superman because that's
No.
New 52 Jarrell, but that's actually New 52 Superman arriving, and then this is
like a
pre New 52
So
Superman.
it's the
doing
history of
Super Row.
this
Yeah.
well the
Pre-new 50.
the amalgamated
We haven't
Superman.
come up with a name
yeah.
yet.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Can we not just say original?
yeah,
Because
OG.
the original died
Oh,
in
for the love of
Infinite
fuck.
Crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as someone who doesn't
Classic.
yeah,
No.
80s. 90s. 90s.
Diet Superman. No,
Superman Life.
to like
I can't-
Superman Life.
Superman Life.
There we go. SL for short. But yeah, I don't really enjoy Superman most of the time. I don't think, unless it's really well written. Like Dawn of Justice did nothing for me, but I am actually enjoying this way. It's the pace, the storytelling. It's Tomasi, isn't it?
Yeah, Peter Tomasi
Yeah.
and Patrick Gleason.
Yeah, Tomasi's done a lot of great.
Once again, not trying
Batman
to spoil
stories.
around, but there's a little bit of a spoiler, so fingers in your ears. The bit with the kid,
Jonathan, yeah.
Jonathan
that's
Kent.
going to have repercussions.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the start of something. The whole thing with him hanging out with Damien as well, and the
Yeah.
Super Sons
Just-
is coming soon.
I reckon now probably way off the mark in this, but I'm reckoning they may even go a Superboy Prime route with him at some point.
Yeah. Like, it's
They
like,
could be building up for him going dark and then that shit kicking
That's
off.
I'd say that for a few years.
online. Like,
It's not going to happen for a good while, but
yeah.
it's if they are setting it up, the groundwork is hitting now.
Yeah. Like, did he express remorse and stuff?
Not really. That was the thing. He didn't.
Yeah.
That's what got me. Like I would have thought he would have been in tears.
He's been told to control his
but
powers.
literally, there was no emotion with him about it. It was like kind of, oh crap. Well, oh shit, somebody saw me. Shit.
Before you get to your other big thing this week, Tales from the Dark Side, Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. Basically, it's what was going to become, Lock and Key Team, what was supposed to become their Tales from the Dark Side TV show. The reboot. There's a few strips that weren't used for it, and they basically turned into a comic series. So the first issue of that came in this week. That was really good as well. Kind of, it actually reads like a Twilight Zone Tales from the Dark Side style story as well. So that was really good, and it's good to see that they'll both be continuing on with that as well. And then we had Batman Dark Knight story, the Paul Dini one. That came
the hardback, yeah.
I haven't actually had a chance to do a proper read it as well.
Quick sell, isn't it?
Yeah, sold it really quickly. We'll have more of it soon. There's a lot of stuff I have to catch up on this week as well. So what else came out? Fight Club, the collected edition, the hardcover is in now. So if you wanted to find out what the sequel would have been to the film, this is it. Chuck wrote it as well, so he's happy enough with it, and he's in it as well.
Yeah.
It goes, as Deadpool would say, fourth wall, inside a fourth wall, inside a fourth wall. It's basically 16 walls.
If you're familiar,
it's very meta.
If you're familiar with Fight Club and Chuck himself, you know where he's going to go with it, and he pretty much goes with it.
Yeah. And
it's as much as a thank you as much as a fuck you to all the fans as well.
It is. It's a kind of hello.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Asshole.
It's good. It's like it's been 10 years since the Fight Club movie and what's happened in there and all the characters. And there's a cover gallery. Also, Dave Mackinac doing some great art.
Dave Mackinac did some great covers.
Will it pass for Fight Club 3, or is it like this is the end?
Well, how could he get Fight Club 2 from the end of Fight Club 1? The movie, the book's different. But it's a way. It's just it was funny at the same time. It was kind of like, what the hell's going on? But it's just one of those things. Just take it, and it exists. Right.
Deal with it.
Do you want to be left alone with this?
I do not endorse nor condone this.
Finally, after how many times did these sons of bitches make this?
64 pages, then it was 48, then it was back to 64, then it was released 3 months ago.
It's like every Wednesday, just get teasing us. Like
we actually do a clip show of it's coming out, and basically liars. Torg's into liars. What time was it? Bollocking time. We were all liars. We were. Thank you, DC.
Yeah.
This is the perfect compendium for Dark Knight Returns, and if you're a fan of Year One, this is the book you want to read after Year One, and then Dark Knight Returns, and then that's it. You don't have to. This is what the sequel should have been. The pacing's spot on. The artwork is John Romita Jr. And when I first heard he was assigned to the book, although he'd been working on Superman in New 52, his stuff is still John Romita Jr. He has a style, and you either like it or you don't.
I just don't like his nose.
But this is pencil
work.
Even excellent.
It's not. Doesn't look like Romita to me.
You can tell there's a lot of love in it there. Like it's not just something he did for the paycheck.
It's very much a homage to, but not even a homage. I think it's well influenced by Dark Knight Returns.
Even the panels and everything else is Dark Knight Returns.
In all the right ways. And there's certain panels where you think it was actually Miller who was illustrating some of them. It's just a great setup. It's the story of how Jason Todd died. That led Batman to retirement. The story that we knew from the opening of Dark Knight Returns. That's
not so much a spoiler. If you're familiar with Batman at all, anyway,
you've read
that's going to happen. So apologies if you didn't, but it happens over.
It's basically what happened the last.
It's pretty much Jason's lot in life is to be killed and come back.
Yeah, this is it.
He's the Gandalf of the story.
Like Voorhees.
But yeah, no, this is just what I really liked about it was just. It wasn't about a detective story. It wasn't about an action story. What it was about was Bruce finally accepting that maybe he can't do this forever, and is there a life beyond the cave? And when he finally comes to terms with it, in Dark Knight Returns, he's always about in search of a good death, and then by Dark Knight Returns' conclusion, he's finally found his resolution in a good life, or his version of it. In this, he was already about to settle for a good life until it's taken away from him, and that's why you can see this Batman isn't a dick. You know, Dark Knight Returns is such an asshole. This guy isn't, but you can see how he becomes that way.
He's a bit of a prick, but he has to be for the safety of the rest.
And he's so mellow, and he has this really powerful line to Alfred where he's like, "I've never loved my war," and Alfred likes, "I seem to recall," and then Brewster says, "I was young then," and he has the maturity in this pure vengeance. So For me, this is really great. I look forward to seeing an edition of Dark Knight Returns where this is added in as a prologue. I think it would be spot
I
on.
think there's one more story that comes after this.
Possibly, but if they don't, they can leave it as is, and it's great. And it's the same team that brought us Manuel Fair Daredevil that's re-influenced the Netflix series, so that could.
The right.
I do have one
I think
critique.
it was Azzarello.
Yep.
One critique. The Poison Ivy story.
The subplot.
Yeah.
Didn't really feel like part of the story. It didn't really feel like it needed to be there. And I'd imagine when they cut down the page count, that was what they would have taken out.
Yeah.
It's not needed.
Yeah.
It could have been saved for other stuff because I was like, well, okay, how are we going to show this?
There's a plot involved in Poison Ivy and the richest people in Gotham. And for me, I had to try and think, well, why wasn't Bruce Wayne implicated then? That is one kind of thing that's drawn for me. But I think the main function I think of it is just it's so atypical Batman that this would be a B-list story anywhere else. Yeah. I think that was what they're trying to get us. This is something that Batman in his prime wouldn't even break a sweat. In this, he's really struggling, and now you see why. In Dark Knight Returns, he's so vicious. He goes in, he makes some noise, he makes a racket, he puts you down, relentless. In this, the reason you find out he's doing that is because he hasn't got the body will or the skill to do.
His bones are creaking too much, sneaking up people.
Yeah.
Biscuits are banging.
You can't do it, so he can't be ninja stealth anymore. So that's showing why he changed his
My only critique, like Azzarello, I think has a lot to do with the writing. I think Miller done the Ivy bits, and Azzarello done the rest of it, but my critique is it didn't actually show what made Batman. Is this supposed to be Batman's last night? Or what led to Batman's last night? Yeah. That's why I think there's one more story, one more book that comes.
There's still a bit at the end of it, it's kind of ambiguous.
Like this Batman just going, no, I need to get out and do something, and that's what makes the Joker kind of cat. Like you said, there's a theory you and didn't have. There
was definitely a scene missing at the end of it. Like they could have easily done another. If they'd have taken out the Ivy stuff, they could have fleshed it out.
Because it was
I see what you mean about
mission.
the Ivy thing. That does actually explain the character's motivations in the Dark Knight. So maybe it's more of a right. This is why. All of this is happening. Yeah, there's your explanation, your reason.
As you say, when something happens in the book, oh, here comes Bruce Wayne, someone who's always in the limelight, blah blah blah. But when it comes to Dark Knight Returns, he hasn't been seen. He's only doing sorts of little things. He's actually basically backing away. Yeah. But anyway, that was out.
Going on for ages again.
That was out this week. What's out next week is we basically anybody who was on our Rebirth offer.
On the subject of stuff coming in this week again, we got a whopper restocking numbers, including the real grade Quant 00. We got the Grim Gertie. That's the 1:100 Iron Blooded Orphans kit. And we got a butt ton of Master Grade kits. Absolutely loads of them. And we've even more on the way, so come in, check them out, guys.
Also,
your Gundam PSA.
Play Arts, Dawn of Justice. What do you think of the movie? Not that. Play Arts, thanks again. You will not be able to see what was in that box, so I'll turn it around there. It's Superman from Dawn of Justice, Play Arts figures. Batman sold out. Don't know if we can get any more.
The Superman
Koto,
Batman.
They're selling
Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice sets. They've sold out. We're on reorder again.
Yeah, so it's the artifacts, statues you can put together and make a nice little fight line around it.
They
don't look great on their own.
Not on their own, but they look great together.
Yeah.
Instead of they sell them same with the Hulkbuster and the Iron Man, it's kind of a weird pose on his own. Yeah. But together it's an amazing diorama. They should have just done them as a double pack.
What else came in this week was the cinema machines. Wave 1 is basically the vehicles from Alien and Aliens. AVP, Wave 15, you basically got the...
And 14 restock.
We're 14 restock of that. So basically we have Scar, Chopper, Celtic, Ancient Predator and Guardian. Temple Guardian at the moment. Oh, and Scarred Mask as well.
Masked and unmasked.
Yeah, before Transformers there was the Diaclones, the original toys. And they've been rebooted and redesigned by Takara. And we have Die Battles V2, he's upstairs, turns into like 3 or 4 different vehicles, but he's a big 12-inch scale robot made together. Gundams, as he said as well.
All the Gundams.
Dragon Ball, we got Super Saiyan, Give Me a Chicken Vegeta, and Dragon Ball ZT. And I'm just saying what's written in front of me.
Super Saiyan Vegeta, you motherfucker.
Yeah, Vegeta, that's what I said. So TN. We also got restocks Marvel Legends, it's the Captain America wave with Mockingbird and Agent Carter as well, and Cottonmouth and the likes of the boys.
Yep.
And some Marvel
Taskmaster and not Crossbones.
Not Crossbones, Demolition Man apparently. Doesn't look anything like Sylvester Stallone. The Marvel Universe figures as well, the 3/4 scales.
And the comic packs as well.
Yeah, who was in them? Vision,
Blue Laser, Black Panther,
Captain Marvel, Carol's in there.
Loads of them. Thor, Lady Thor. Well, not Lady Thor, Thor and Thor. Who just happens to be a lady.
Odin's son.
Because Lady Thor is a different character.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Marvel. Not making that confusing at all.
And Loki's dating Taylor Swift now.
Loki came out this week as well. If you don't like the comic, it's a cool cover. The lesser 3 evils.
We also got a ridiculous amount of trade-ins this week. Loads more.
Marvel Legends,
Lord of the Rings, Transformers, few wrestlers, a couple of Star Wars. Yeah, we'll be processing them as soon as possible and put them in the boxes. So if you're on any reserve lists, you may be getting a few calls or texts from us soon.
Speaking of texts and calls, a few of you have already we had a great response to our Rebirth offer.
Oh yeah.
That we decided to go for Rebirth round 2.
Ding ding.
There you go, sound effects.
So
it worked out 22 titles this time, spread over 2 months because DC did not decide to release everything in sections. So basically, for 22 titles for €52. Hashtag 52, something to do with DC.
yeah, it's normally it works out normally at 69.
Yeah, 62.
We've rounded it down to 52.
52.
So I'm confused.
Both
What's
numbers
this
are
cover?
equally amusing.
This will cover basically the next 2 months of Rebirths and issue 1s of the Rebirths again.
So
Like
by
the text-
Rebirth you mean, let's say I'm on Batman.
It's
2
Rebirth
then.
titles and
Yeah.
Rebirth issue 1s. It does not include
issue 2s or 3s.
the mini-series, which is, for example, the Suicide Squad. Was it Croc and
Oh, no, it's Boomerang and
Sorry.
El Diablo.
Boomerang and El Diablo? That's not included,
Yeah.
and the All-Star Batman. That's not included because though that title is actually €5 as well, and it's not part of the Rebirth.
It will
Round
be
of DC being $2.99 DC.
Yeah,
that lasted
pretty
fucking
quick.
no time.
Yeah, sniffing that. So it's
But
like
all the
Nightwing
Rebirth
Rebirths,
issues,
Nightwing 1, Suicide Squad Rebirth,
Batgirl.
Suicide Squad 1, Batgirl and the Birds of Prey,
Hal Jordan, the Green Lanterns.
Deathstroke Rebirth
Oh,
and
yeah,
Deathstroke
yeah.
1, and Harley Quinn 1, and this is a whole
And Rebirth.
we'll
Yeah,
go
no,
over the whole
it's
album.
basically Rebirth and then issue 1 of them.
We'll have details on our Facebook page next day or two, but same thing, if you want to sign up for it, if you missed out on Rebirth, the first round of Rebirth titles, or if you're still on it and you want to get this one as well, it's a whole new deal.
Yeah, if you're already on
Come in.
Rebirth, you've probably already gotten a text from it at this point.
Yeah.
In fact, I think
And
nearly everybody's responded already.
90% of the people have said yeah again.
So, good deal.
So it's a way of sampling all the Rebirth titles and then committing to which one you want afterwards, because there is, coming up bi-weekly, there is a bit of a strain on people's wrists and pockets, monies, stuff like that.
Oh, because of reading. Yeah, I get you. Sorry.
There we go.
Oh.
And,
I was wondering,
so the full 22 titles, I think it's 22 titles.
It is 22.
We'll have a Facebook album up later on.
Or is it 23?
Tomorrow. You know what, this could be any time, you don't know when it's going to go up, but
Yeah.
it'll be up soon. Pre-order stuff as well, 112 Mezco Collective have Superman.
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 Yeah,
Superman.
man. We're going to
Jeez,
be taking
Superman
orders.
super heavy weekend.
Whatever about Superman. The SH Figure Arts. Thank you very much, Sharky, for reminding me of that.
Mm-hmm.
SH Figure Arts Deadpool. Oh, fuck. So we will put pictures of that up on the Facebook page.
Oh, I don't
Was
know.
that a good?
It's good, but man, I had every Deadpool figure. I had them all.
Up to a point.
And now, like this year, there's 4 more fucking things.
Yeah, well, there's the Hot Toy.
Yeah, there was
There's the
Sideshow,
new Marvel
Hot Toy,
Legends.
Marvel Legends.
There's a
and
new
now-
PVC Femme Fatale
Not
type
the
thing.
fucking, no, that
There's the model
Femme
kit.
Fatale. Look, the Lady Deadpool, right? If it
No,
was
no,
really Lady Deadpool, she'd have fucking scars and shit. She doesn't have scars and shit, so I'm
Anyway.
not interested.
And there's the key
Bollocks.
holder thingy and everything else.
Oh, the key. Fucking statue.
Anyway, yeah.
So much Deadpool merch.
The X-Men Marvel Legends wave we talked about last week, we
Make sure,
think
mate.
all the pre-reserves are filled up on that, so you might want to come in and double check on that. But
Oh,
it's
the
got
Legends X-Men wave. Yeah.
Wolverine, Deadpool.
We've got 2 left.
X-Men. Oh, there you go, 2 left, right, as of right now.
That's 2 on pre-orders. We'll probably have more spare, but there's 2 more definite guaranteed pre-orders.
Yeah, that is booking up quick. Where else? Oh, just a bit of clarification. We will not be at MCM. We know we
No,
will
yes,
we will not
that's-
be at MCM.
We're going to be issuing another press release because there's been too much fucking drama.
We're
and
calling them the Drama Bomb Squad. We're just
Yeah.
we don't do drama here, and names and things.
Personally, I
stories
put
we go
my
into.
hand up. I got caught up in a bit of it because I got a bit irritated by some stuff that
As you
happened.
do.
And I lost one myself, but no more.
Yeah, we're
Everybody
done.
knows we don't deal with drama normally, and it's becoming a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
We're not able to have fun anymore. So, as of this
We're
point
all about
forward,
fun.
no more drama.
Yeah.
Every time you
Anybody-
say drama, I keep thinking of the Fame theme song.
Dance.
I keep thinking of LSP.
Drama Bomb.
I don't-
Oh my god, drama bomb. That was a terrible impression. I'm very sorry, Pendleton. Please, you probably didn't watch this. I'm alright, I'm glad.
Hi, Pendleton.
But, holy shit, Ralph Bakshi.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
well, actually, like one of our posts during the week, and we just
Holy
basically sat in the
shit.
corner rocking.
What the fuck?
If you don't know who he is, just go Google
Google
Ralph
Ralph
Bakshi
Bakshi.
animation.
Holy shit,
I was
snaps.
just speaking about Fire and Ice the other day. Remember I was saying...
Man, I'm talking about it every other fucking week because I get such a chub for fucking everything Frank
Yeah.
Frazetta related. But I was just sitting at home, la la la. Oh, somebody liked the post, did it? Nah, yeah, it's a fan page. It's not a fan page. You. And I was telling my missus like, who? It's fucking Ralph fucking Bakshi. Oh, whatever. But yeah,
Anyway,
holy shit.
if you don't know who he is, go look him up. But speaking of people you will probably know, Aquaman, #1 of Aquaman is out next week.
The greatest hero of them all.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and if you're on the Rebirth offer, it's free.
yeah, actually, yeah, all next week's Rebirth titles, if you're on the Rebirth offer that we had, they're all free. These are all
And
part
if you
of the
paid for it in deposit, what would happen is your deposit would have ran out last week, so it's effectively free.
free. And
This
for the
last
people
week
who
is the
signed up,
15th.
regular customers who were paying along the way, next week's are all free.
Yep.
That's the way it's working, and that's how the next round will work as well. We'll work on that. Someone who's good at cleaning and stuff, Flash, he's #1 of him is out next week. Flying along, Justice League #52, and then that ends. What's the story with Justice League of America? Is it just a cancel?
What
just his
happened
league?
was Brian Hitch was a fake boy.
Yeah.
And
What's wrong with it?
he wouldn't meet his deadlines.
He crashed the car.
No, what happened is I honestly don't know what's
Brian,
going on.
Insider information.
You've been a very naughty boy.
Oh no, I haven't. Someone who's kicking ass left, right, and centre. Wonder Woman #1. She's out next week.
Oh, that's no fun.
And literally,
Yeah,
this is the one
this
title I've
is
been
a-
waiting for so much. Like Liam,
You can just hear rock music when you're reading
Sweet.
it.
Yeah, man. It like fuck.
Yeah. So Action Comics
So
958. I think we talked about this before. Didn't the new 52 Detective Comics and Action Comics? They're not part of the sequence so you're not missing 52 comics of if you were to boil your Detective Comics or Action.
Yeah, what
Comics.
happens is there'll be a gap from the last issue when it finished, and then plus 52 issues, and then it.
So
So it is. It's taking the number sequence plus
Yeah.
52.
So if anybody
Yeah.
in the future
Yeah,
came to
plus
go and
52.
sell a whole collection, there's 52 issues missing from it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, just when someone
So
was talking
that,
about it.
yeah, that's right. So
It's not the first time they've done that. Like the last time when they renumbered it, they had the new number sequence, but underneath it, it had the actual number. So like say it was number 25, but it's actually number 702.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The last time they did it was
Feel free to correct me on that actual issue.
back
Back I
when
know
they
you
were
have it.
gonna do issue. What was it? 800 or 700 or something like that. It was. I think it was Detective Comics 800.
Hey.
They were gonna do the episode, and they did a special issue about the 800th Street in Gotham. I can't remember. It was a pile of crap anyway, but
Yeah.
they do a nod to it. They did keep count.
Right, well, Detective Comics is hot on its heels with issue 935. Action Man #1. Well, that's a big drop in numbers.
Great.
But yeah, Action Man. We had Action Man. They had G.I. Joe. So
It's a
all
very
new.
posable figure.
He is. On his tippy toe as well.
La, 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 la.
Yeah, Action
La.
Man is basically a whole new take on the original Action Man.
Greatest
He's
hero
gonna
of
be
them
coming
all.
out. Transformers More Meets the Eye, #54, and if you haven't already heard, the writer James Roberts is going to be one of the guests at Dublin Comic Con.
And Nick
Yes,
Roach.
and Nick Roach.
Yeah. So,
And Stephen fucking Mooney.
Steve Mooney.
Go on, the
and
boys.
Tom Moore and loads of other people.
Oh.
Root Remen's being added to the bill now.
Holy shit, man. The guest list is just really
Yeah.
starting to get good for me.
If you're into animation, video games, this is really the con this year.
Did
is
they
it
announce
official?
the other one?
What, John Romero?
Yeah.
No.
They just did.
But
He didn't say that.
George Romero. Yeah.
Taking
Yeah.
Not
shit,
George Romero, you
Steve.
idiot. It's John Romero. No,
Nobody
it's-
listens. Nobody reads this.
Yeah,
anyway,
nobody
so,
listens. It's definitely not the creator of fucking Doom.
yeah. Anyway.
He's not going to be there.
So as we've just done, we have cried havoc and let loose the dogs of war. #6 of that has come out. I'm doing segues here.
I know, what the fuck? It's not a segue, swear to
Yeah.
God.
Civil War,
We need to
choosing
have a talk
sides.
about this.
Choose a side. And speaking of choosing sides, the Civil War #1. That's out next week. See why he fell and made a
Fucking
tumble.
hate
The Mighty
you.
Thor is out next week. Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
In
You've
my
obviously seen
pants.
everybody now. Yeah, the comic adaptation is coming out, so it's not to reveal spoilers for the movie.
Yeah.
They used to do it years in advance before that. Basically, the comic would come before the movie and then just spoil things. But no,
It's great. They usually add in the
Excuse me.
scenes and stuff.
stuff like that. They can't do that. That was very uncanny. Something else is the Avengers, and that's #10's out next week. And actually, really enjoying this Warren Ellis's take on James Bond.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
No,
Yeah.
James Bond 7's out next week.
Speaking of Warren Ellis, I was just going through the previews.
And
World of Tanks.
oh yeah, oh no,
That was Gareth Dennis.
Gareth
Sorry,
Dennis.
every time I think of Warren Ellis, I always think of Gareth Dennis. It's weird.
Gareth Dennis and Carl
synonymous.
there.
Well, yeah, holy shit. Gareth Dennis is doing a World of Tanks comic.
It's a video game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's based on like a video game which is tanks blowing the shit out of each other. But
Nice.
Gareth Dennis is doing a comic about it. So considering he's done war stories and the rest, it's going to be this really mad epic story about just ridiculous tanks blowing the shit out
Is
of each
Frank
other.
Castle gonna be in it?
Fucking high possible.
100% Blow Castle France.
Awesome.
And then leaving on a sour note, Power Rangers 4 is out. So
Yeah.
that's
We
not
were
that's
The
only
reason,
selection.
the reason why it's a Sereno is because he hates Power Rangers and he can't handle the fact that it's a fucking good comic. It's a really fucking good
No,
comic.
just the whole concept of Power Rangers.
I'm gonna take you to the
Oh,
film.
no.
So,
Take it to the bridge.
take it off.
I think Jay is done. I think we're finished.
It's gone to the corner.
He's
gone
actually
to
just
the
looking
corner.
for something to throw. I think this video may end at any minute now. I don't know what he's doing. He's gone crazy.
Bye bye. Superman.